The championship implications, of course, of what's happened will still leave Al Unser Jr. leading the championship, but Emerson Fittipaldi will move up a good deal closer to him.
Al Unser Jr. currently running in 10th place as he starts to close on the back end of Brian Herta. We'll keep that track for you as well.
If little Al has that upper A arm bent the way we got our report from the pits, he has to be very careful braking, because as you brake, that's a part of the front end suspension that would be easy to fold right then, so he would know that.
That's always a scary experience, isn't it, Bobby, when you're driving and you know that at any split second some vital suspension part on your car may snap.
Well, it's under braking, you have to brake so much here. Brakes are such an important thing, and to have the suspension already bent a little bit really makes it weak then.
75 laps complete for Paul Tracy. There's Mauricio Gugelmin, Brian Herta just behind him, and Al Unser Jr. just behind Brian Herta. Little Al fell back to 10, and now he's closing on these two in their battle.
It's another big day, of course, for the Penske team. Not quite the way it was in Milwaukee last week when they were 1-2-3, but still they have been the dominant team, and their biggest opposition, which was Nigel Mansell, we just talked to him out of the race. I don't believe necessarily that the domination of a series by one team is bad for the series. It helps people that are not involved day to day with the racing to have a good idea of what's going on. Many teams that ran a big streak, like the Yankees and so on, did not hurt the sports that they were involved in.
White flag, one more lap to go, comes out for Paul Tracy. He runs alone, 12 seconds ahead of his teammate Emerson Fittipaldi. Bobby Unser, little Al, those are some pretty critical points positions, sitting just in front of him, currently occupied by Gugelmin and Herta.
And, you know, however hard that he would charge right now would be determined by how much he thinks his front end is bent. We know the car's capable of doing it, but if he thinks he's got a problem, he can't brake hard, he can't take any chances. That's his problem.
So run safe rather than risk the car just to grab a couple of extra points there.
He's a smart young man. If he knows he's got a problem, and I know that Roger Penske would be telling him what he thought his opinion was of that same situation. Don't take a chance, don't bend it.
You can see the evidence of the contact with little Al earlier. Every time we get a good look at the nose of Paul Tracy's car, that may be a scar that will come back to haunt him in future years. But for the moment, it gives him a potential victory with less than half a lap to go now on Belle Isle in Detroit. Final set of turns for Paul Tracy. So very close to Canada, and many Canadians in this crowd, so he'll get a hearty reception as he comes down through the checkered flag. And there it is, the twin checkered flags come out, and Paul Tracy takes the win. Today will be the first time the Penske cars have won 5 races in a row. Emerson Fittipaldi comes by in second place, so it's Penske 1-2. Robbie Gordon charges for the line in third place. He is unchallenged at the moment. Roger Penske walks back ready to celebrate as the rest of the team celebrates here. We look back to the start-finish line as here comes Michael Andretti chasing Teo Fabi to the finish of this race, and he finishes in 5th position. So the top of the field, Tracy, Fittipaldi, Gordon, Fabi, and Michael Andretti. And with a Canadian flag, Paul Tracy now takes a victory lap here on Belle Isle in Detroit. And when we come back, we'll talk with our new winner.
Of all the places you can go to take care of your car or truck, only one lets you earn up to 10% of your parts and service costs towards a new GM vehicle. Your GM dealer. Because only your GM dealer is a member of the GM Card's new Accelerated Earnings Network. A select group of businesses that can double your GM MasterCard earnings with no earnings cap, which helps you get a new car or truck. The GM Card, today's financial vehicle.
I'd like to make a simple point about a gasoline additive called ProGuard. ProGuard's patented take-on chemistry begins cleaning deposits not only from fuel injectors, but throughout your engine's intake system for a noticeably smoother performance.
What do you get when you cross a high-quality conventional motor oil with an advanced formula synthetic? A revolutionary new oil that protects better than regular oils, yet costs 40%